Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second episode of Six Man Grill. I'm Matt Marks. Alongside our two co-hosts tonight, we got Mason Walden and Caleb Boydston here with us. And we got our two special guests. We're keeping with this theme of basketball. We had Lon Kruger on last week, and now we've got Blake Seacat and Keller Casey from OU men's basketball. Fellas, how you doing?
We're all good. How are you?
Doing good. Well, thanks for being on here. If I can speak, this is gonna be a fun one. But I remember Blake and Keller when we first met you guys like a couple of years ago, right when you got to OU. I don't know if you remember this, but we went to talk to some fraternities and sororities for OU Boom Squad. And I remember Blake. I remember you were a little shy when we were getting started. You're like, I don't know what I'm gonna say, And then by the end of the night, you're just throwing out T-shirts, phone cases, all that stuff. Everyone loved you guys. And Keller, you came in like a pro. You knew what you were doing, But it's good to see you guys. It has been a while. So we'll go ahead and start with some questions. And, we want to just hear about you guys and what life is like as a walk-on. So, Keller, I'm going to start with you. So you went to Episcopal School of Dallas back in high school, ESD. You hold a record for most points scored in a single season for your school. I want to ask you, what is it like to take your game to the next level as you were preparing to go from high school to college? And for anybody out there watching, high school kids watching, what advice do you have to them to prepare yourself to get to that next level?
Yeah, I would say coming from a small private school, going to Big 12 men's basketball, it was a huge change of pace. It's a lot faster, a lot more competitive, and you're just playing against the best of the best. So it was pretty difficult making the transition, but I think I picked up on it pretty fast. And I would just say work as hard as you can and don't get too high or too low.
And what was that process like? Your senior year and you're getting ready to go to college. Can you kind of walk through the process of how you became a walk-on here for OU?
I had multiple places I could have really played at and gotten scholarships for Division II schools. And I had, I think, preferred walk-ons from here and Georgia Tech. And I took here, it was closer to home. And I just wanted to be a part of a big school with a big fan base, tradition, stuff like that.
Awesome. Now, Blake, I want to ask you, so you're from Tulsa, you went to Jinx. What's it like playing ball here your home state here in Oklahoma? Your grandfather, Dick Bass, played here in the 50s. What's it like and how special does that mean for you to be playing ball here at OU?
Playing ball here was always like a dream come true for me. I never really thought I would be able to make it here. And the fact that I got the opportunity was so crazy to me. Every time I play, I just always think of my grandpa. He passed away my senior year of high school. So every time I step on the court, I really just do it for him.
And what advice would you give to, high school students as they're trying to work their way up too? What is something that has stuck with you along the way that you would like to share with other people?
You just can't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. That's really the main thing for me is I'm pretty shy. And this was a big step for me coming into something I didn't know anyone in. And it was literally just me doing my own thing. But it was so worth it at the end. I've gotten so much better as a player, made a lot of great friendships, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. I'll hand it off to Mace for our next question.
Yeah, thank you guys again for joining. So as we know, this past season was very difficult with COVID and everything, but OU, y'all still made it to the NCAA Tournament. Can you just kind of talk about that experience? What was it like? Anything like that?
I'll start. It was, this year was unlike any other. No one prepared for it, obviously. And I would say Blake could probably agree with me. The most annoying thing was getting tested 3 to 4 times a week at 8 a.m.
Agreed.
And that was rough. And we really had to social distance a lot more because we were caring about our team and winning. We couldn't have contact traces for a guy like Austin Reeves or someone like that. And so it was I think it honestly brought us closer though. Because we were just hanging around a lot each other. We were hanging around a lot around each other. And we grew better as a team. And the fact that we made it to the tournament and won a game and then lost to the eventual runner-ups was an incredible experience.
Yeah, can we talk about Jalen Suggs for a second? How many elbows did he throw that game? I know. He should have got shut a little hard at the end. That would have made the fans happy. Everybody's complaining. Oh, dirty foul. No. Like, there should have been a couple punches. He deserved every second of that. It's a hot take for the day.
For sure.
What do we think? Do we agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, sorry, I forgot you in trouble there. But shortly after the tournament, we lost an icon. Coach Kruger announced his retirement. And I know media nowadays is kind of annoying with everything, and they announced that he was going to go talk to the team and announce his retirement. Did you guys know that he was going to announce his retirement before he came and talked to you guys, or did it come as a surprise?
Sadly, I was actually in the gym working out, and I had got on my phone, and I had seen that it had gotten leaked by a bunch of sources. We had a team meeting at 3, and we all kind of assumed that it was gonna be that. Yeah. But I basically we all found out a couple hours early, and I was at the gym, and I was just like looking at our strength coach, Coach Dobb, and I was like, that just happened.
Yeah. So what was like the team's response to that? Like finding out early, not hearing it directly from coach, and then after he told you, what was the response?
I would say shock. We were all pretty shook up for a while. What do you think, Keller?
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. It was nothing you're used to for sure. But, I mean, it was just kind of like a weird, I would say past 3 or so weeks when he retired and we just had – and then all our assistants left. It was just kind of like we were stranded in a way. And but once we hired Coach Moser, who's a great coach, and he brought his assistants in, it seems like we're more back together now. But I would say after he retired until we got a new coach, it was just kind of
like it was like a wave of like uncertainty on the team. No one knew who was going to stay or go. It was just crazy for a little bit.
Yeah, especially with the transport portal nowadays. It's how fans were. So it's cool seeing that the team's the same way, has no idea what's going on. That's how we all felt.
For sure.
So the first impression of Moser as the new coach, it was pretty good, pretty exciting.
Very good.
Yeah, Blake, you got it.
He's really like, his energy is just really unmatchable. He's a really good coach. You can just tell. He's really into it. He's a big family first guy. He's like I've been told he's like Coach Kruger 2.0.
Yeah, we had Coach Kruger on, and he was talking about how nice of a guy he was. And I guess Joe C just has a thing for hiring the nicest coaches.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's the best in the business.
Hey, shout out Joe C.
Yeah. Shout out Joe C.
All right, Matt.
All right. Yeah. Well, I just want to ask one thing about Coach Kruger. You know, that we had him on. Is there like a big piece of advice that Coach gave to you while you played for him, or something that really stuck out to you guys that that you'll miss about Coach Kruger? Is anything like, how did he help you succeed? While you were playing for him?
I would just say he's such a classy guy. Like, I think you really can't meet anyone else in the college basketball industry that's as classy as he is. Like, Matt, I know you talked about it on your last show, I think, like how he would after practice have us shake hands with anyone who watched practice and stuff like that. So that you really can't beat that. And I would say what stuck out to me is I mean, you've seen how he let Buddy Hield and Trae Young play in Austin this year. Is just the freedom and trust in his players and really just allowing them to showcase their skills. And I think that's a great quality for a coach to have.
Absolutely. So going off topic, I guess, a little bit. So Coach Moser was just recently on a different podcast, not a cool one like ours, but he was hinting that he expects Davion Harmon to come back next year. Are you guys still in contact with Davion, and what do you make of that statement from Coach Moser? Or is that something you're allowed to talk about?
I think we should probably not talk about that one.
We tried. Trying to break some news. So should we be surprised if he comes back? Facial expressions? No? Okay.
We'll be looking forward to whatever Davion's decision is, right? How that plays out.
Expecting good news from the reactions.
We'll see.
All right, so now that the GOAT walk-on and Reed Streller has officially left the program, all the pressure is on you guys now. Are y'all ready for this big-time responsibility?
I hope so. He's got some big shoes to fill. He's one of the best guys I think I've ever met. He's so nice and genuine, hardworking, smart. He'd do anything for anyone.
Awesome. All right, Mason.
So off of that, what other specific responsibilities as walk-ons do y'all kind of have that most people probably wouldn't know about or see?
I mean, I think you're pretty much. I mean, you're treated just like any other guy. But I mean, I think what being a walk-on does, it really teaches you to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. Like I would say behind the scenes, like in practice, for example, they'll be like, Blake, you're Cade Cunningham today in practice or something. So you just kind of pose as other guys and try to prepare our guys to play them. And I would say that's like more the behind the scenes stuff.
Awesome. All right, Matt, you ready for life after college?
Yeah. So, well, let's start with your question, Caleb, because you did some
I did some research.
research.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So, Keller, I was reading your LinkedIn bio. So you have a great GPA. Can't relate. But it says that your goal is to be a coach at either the college or NBA level. What have you learned as a player that you think will translate to coaching? And what are your goals when your playing career ends, assuming you don't make it to the NBA next year?
Man, I might have to declare, but we'll see. I think I've just learned a lot about like how to structure a team and really leadership from Coach Kruger. Coach Kruger was a great leader. And I think that's the biggest thing in coaching is being a leader. And I've definitely learned a lot more on defense, like man-to-man defense that could help me be a coach. But, I mean, I'm not specifically just going to coach. I might do commercial real estate or asset management. I'm not quite sure yet.
That's not as fun as coaching.
We'll see.
That's cool.
And Blake, what about you, man? What's your dream? What's the goal after OU? You doing coaching as well?
I've always thought about coaching, but I just don't know if I could do it. It's just a lot on like when your future family, it's just a lot on them because they have to follow you basically where your job leads. And like I'm pretty big on family, so that's just a tough thing to put them through. But also I wouldn't mind getting in. I still want to be involved in sports, like the management aspect of it, just so I can keep involved and know what's going on in the sports world still, because I don't want to really drop it just right after college.
Nice. Yeah. You can't drop it.
No,
Right?
never drop that.
Man, it's a passion, right?
For sure.
So something we got different in this show than we did with Coach Kruger. We've actually got a few like fan questions. So get ready for this. So first one, Keller, I got to ask you. So this is from Danny. I have no clue who Danny is. So if you know a Danny, here you go. Danny asks, okay, so how do you stay humble when you're back at home with your boys, knowing you can give them buckets at any time, anywhere?
First of all, I think I know who this is. Shout out to Danny Kong, lifelong friend since first grade. Yeah, no, it's tough to stay humble with them. They've never been too good at basketball. I was really the only one out of my friend group that played basketball. So, yeah, I don't take it easy on them. Got to give it to them. And they've just got to deal with it. We had some good pickup runs over quarantine in Dallas.
All right, another fan question we has. They didn't give their name. It just said, friend to Keller, what was your highest point game ever?
39.
39. Okay, I was expecting more.
No, yeah,
scored 43, but no big
I
deal.
wish it was more.
And who
love
was
that
it
it's
again?
right off the top of the head, though.
You
No
got it.
hesitation.
Hey, and Blake, I guess you're not a fan favorite because nobody asked any questions for you. But what was your highest game?
I think like 25.
Okay,
Oh,
I like
nice.
it.
Now, I've got one. I've got one for Blake because I want to see if he's willing to challenge Keller right here. But in game of one-on-one, how bad are you going to beat Keller, or is he going to beat you? What's your predictions?
It's going to be a great game. It's going to be one that everyone wants to watch. We need a lot of cameras there.
Hey, we can bring one camera, post it on our
We
show.
can set this up. We'll 1v1 challenge here.
All right,
Time and place will be
let's
there.
set it up.
Wow, we got a challenge on the spot. We're going to make this happen. We're going to make this happen. For sure. Well, fellas, again, thank you so much for joining the show, and we appreciate it. And I know, once we get through this COVID season, get things back to normal, I know it's going to be a great season ahead. Coach Moser and his new coaching staff, and see how the team gets pieced together. But again, thank you guys so much, and thank you for everyone watching the show, from Mason, Caleb, myself. Thanks for tuning in. Go back and watch it again. And again, Blake, Keller, we appreciate the conversation, and hope everyone has a good rest of the week.